Alright, welcome back to Technobabylon. In the last video we did an awful lot of talking with Imogen here, the Han guy, the Chinese guy. I thought he was Chinese. And this Stepford android here. Now I forgot to examine them because I'm trying to get into the habit of examining it. Weirder question mark? What? Oh, I'm going to examine everyone though because I want to get in the habit of doing that. The guard's uniform appearance, guards plural, all of their appearance being the same, appearance serves to heighten their intimidating nature. It would indeed. Oh, I didn't talk to him yet. Oh, I'll talk to him in a second. After examining, the waiter walks unsteadily, like every step puts him in a great deal of pain. You'd have thought that someone carrying trays would need a great deal more coordination. Oh. Is he maybe all explodey bony like that guy on the train? I'm gonna talk to him. Because something's not right there.
Hey, you alright?
He stares at you and you feel a strange mix of fear and contempt within his glare. You realise to your horror that you've seen those eyes before only a few days.
Everyone, take cover!
I told you! I told you!
Is anyone hurt?
Oh, damn!
It's a trap! You try to kill us! Guards!
Shut up, Ron. You're still alive, aren't you?
It appears that poor Imogen is the only one injured.
Oh dear.
I'm sorry. She's dead.
I knew it! You tried to kill me! All of you!
Calm down, Ron. You don't know who was behind this.
Actually, he has a point. All those who knew about this meeting are in this room.
Except, of course, for Charlie.
He only joined us at the last moment. Dr. Regis, will you lend us your skill as an investigator?
Yeah, you find who tried to kill me!
Oh.
Do this for us, Charlie, and we'll give you everything. We can tell you who has your kids and exactly where he is.
Fine. Just remember, I'm not doing this for your sake. Someone here almost killed me as well.
Thank you anyway, Charlie.
Ooh, a new case. Oh god, what? What? Okay, so we've got Andrew Dean here, age of 54. He's a city councillor. Greater Han Republic, he's a capitalist. Apparently that's a job now. He's 51. 16 months, platform. Because he's the business rep, of course. And there's Nina Zhong. Troubleshooter? United Korea. Okay, so she's Korean, right. And we've got zero evidence. Okay, so let's examine the guard. Yeah, that just does that again. Ranshu Man reminds you of a textbook example of the business oligarch, the kind that ran your own homeland into the ground for their own gain before... is that a joke about... Is that a joke about ISPs in America? I think it might be. Okay, the blasters apparently spared her expensively engineered beauty, though not her life. You wonder if this detail might have been of some comfort to her. Probably. Stepford's appearance screams uncanny valley to you. Maybe it's the eyes. You want to be able to suspect everyone equally, but every time you look at Dean, his warm demeanour starts to soften you. That must be the trick to politics. You wonder if this counts as a corpse, being a machine. He wasn't technically alive to begin with. No, but it depends on the level of artificial intelligence, doesn't it? Nina wears her age well, like a statement of fashion. Apparently that's 20 years of being better to her than yourself. Unless she's an android as well. Dun dun dun.
Mr. Ron.
What you want?
Alright, investigation.
I've started my investigation.
You find who tried to kill me.
Who tried to kill all of us, Mr. Ron.
This city dangerous. Police do lousy job.
Can you recall anything suspicious?
No. Stop asking stupid questions.
I'll get back to you.
Stop wasting my time.
I kind of wish they had killed him. He's a bit of a dick, isn't he? What about Stepford?
Mr. Stepford, can I have a moment?
Oh my, yes.
Alright, investigation.
I've started my investigation of the bombing.
Oh my, yes? I can assure you I had no part in this terrible tragedy.
I hear that a lot.
In fact, my core programming prevents me from harming a human being.
Huh, a synthetic. I guess you'd be the only one leaving lubricant oil instead of DNA evidence.
Oh my, no, Dr. Regis. My outer dermis is organic tissue. It's top of the line, patterned from my creator, Dr. Arthur Stepford.
Huh. I've been learning a lot about synths these past few days. So, you have DNA?
Indeed, it's delightful skin, don't you think?
Sure.
I go to great pains to keep it moisturized.
Okay, so what about the guards?
Could the guards have arranged the bombing? They're obviously synthetics, but I imagine they're more comfortable with hurting people.
They would not be worth much as protection otherwise, oh my no. But each security platform maintains a constant connection to my own systems. Their degree of independence is limited.
So if one of them were responsible, I'd have to consider you complicit.
Oh my, yes.
Were you aware that this establishment serves human meat?
Oh my, yes. It's delightfully macabre, isn't it? I'm sure the experience would be enhanced by being able to eat, of course.
You don't eat?
Some models can simulate digestion, but this platform is unable to. Go on, Dr. Regis. Try something for me.
I'll pass. I'll get back to you.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on the casual cannibalism if it's all the same to you. So what about this body here?
Nothing on it I can use. I'm not exactly equipped to repair synthetics.
Okay, so can I not use a splitter on it?
It's too badly damaged to get anything useful out of it.
Can I maybe use it on this guard here? I don't want to do it yet. I want to talk to this guy first. I didn't get to talk to him though. I'm kind of sad about that now.
Dr. Regis, how can I help?
Ah, so I can still ask him these things. Let's do that.
I'm surprised to see a city councilor in a conspiracy like this.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, Dr. Regis.
I guess you've been facilitating things for the plot.
Much as it pains me to misuse my position, that is the case. I've been able to expedite import permits for equipment necessary to Dr. Zhang's plans.
And Central hasn't noticed?
In my role, I'm given considerably more privacy than the average civil servant. No offense, Doctor.
None taken. I just cover the camera in my office with paste.
Yeah, you do, and you enjoy it. Okay, so what are you getting out of this?
So, I understand what you're doing for it, but why? How does someone in government decide that Central needs removing?
I've read your bio, Dr. Regis. I know that you have no great love for Central. But, in practical terms, I believe it has become a threat to our democratic society.
A threat? How so?
Over the course of its 20 years of operation, Central has begun to develop opinions. For an individual to have done so is natural. For an AI, it is impressive. But, in its position, coordinating the actions of government, it poses a risk.
Wouldn't someone notice? Call it out?
There isn't enough to address as yet. It's clever. It's designed to carry out the policies of the Council, and it cannot fail to do so. But it can drag its metaphorical feet, badly implement plans it disagrees with.
You've seen it do this.
I've had suspicions. Dr. Zhang's research confirms the extent to which Central is developing its own conscience. I believe that you yourself recently had a disagreement with it over its handling of a crisis. Another bombing. Central has done well, but there exist many other options today that are equally valid. We need a system that will effectively manage the city and carry out its instructions, not one that cherry-picks what policies it believes appropriate.
Well, I can't really disagree, and he is one hell of a politician. He certainly sounds like one.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
I didn't mean to click on it.
Dr. Regis, how can...
Okay, it was already highlighted even though it was down here, so when I clicked down here, it thought I clicked on that. So how do you know Nina?
How did you get on board with Nina?
I and others in the Cosmopolitan Party have suspected changes in Central's behavior. We sought the assistance of one of its original creators.
Obviously not Vargas. He loves that thing.
Indeed. Her research confirmed that, thanks to the scale of its operations, Central has been able to form its own opinion on the ideal state of affairs, regardless of the democratic consensus.
So when she said that she would remove Central...
It was a difficult decision, but we had to take it. Central's replacement will carry out its role more appropriately.
And Nina will get to continue her research on Central. Why haven't you simply raised this in the council?
Can you imagine what that would mean? Political suicide. Not just for myself, but it would undermine confidence in Newton's world-leading AI industries.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. So how did you know Vanderwall?
Did you know Giel Vanderwall?
Indeed I did. He was a big donor in politics all over Africa.
And you knew about what he did? His criminal connections?
I'm the one who introduced him to the group. I'm also aware that he introduced the mindjacker you're after to his current employer.
You know about that?
You will need our help to find him, and we need your help to stop him, and Central.
Oh god. So I think I might need to just play along with these guys until I get a choice.
You're on the city council, aren't you?
Indeed I am, Dr. Regis. Rep for the Southwest Ward and co-chair of the Cosmopolitan Party.
I remember when you got elected. They called you Mr. Incorruptible. I never got that.
That's because of the device in my head, Dr. Regis.
The device in your head? I saw that. I can see that in your head. but what's it for? Obviously to render you incorruptible, I would assume.
What is that in your head, Counselor?
Why, it's a neural governor, Dr. Regis.
As in, what paroled felons are fitted with?
Similar. While most of those are designed to limit violent behavior, mine prevents me from lying. Thoughts of deceit are met with tremendous pain.
Were you inside?
Oh my no. This was a voluntary choice. After all, most governors are subdermal. I wanted my constituents to see it as a sign of my integrity.
I knew someone with one.
Dr. Baxter. I recall reading about his release last month.
I thought it must have malfunctioned, that he was out for revenge. Turns out he's just dead. It's like someone just inherited his hatred.
Oh, I can ask him that, can I? I don't want to do that yet.
I've begun my investigation into the bombing.
If anyone can resolve this, it's you, Dr. Regis.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Counselor. I don't know how much closer I am to figuring out who's behind it, though.
Because of the pool of suspects, it might be better to think about exclusion. Perhaps you can find evidence to rule out those not involved.
Is he really giving investigation tips to a professional investigator? I mean, I know that it's doing it so the player is thinking, oh, I can do that, in case they haven't got an investigative mind. Now, I want to do one thing first.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything?
I want to save here and say, I no vote, please.
Dr. Regis.
Then I want to say, I didn't vote for you.
Just to let you know, I voted for the other guy.
Ah, well, that's your prerogative. Any concerns I might be able to address for next time?
I guess I've always voted Metro, since I lived here.
Ah, inertia. Something difficult to overcome. Give our site a read. You might find you agree with us more than you think.
I'll get back to you, Counselor.
Anything I can do to help, Dr. Regis?
Okay, so can I not ask him that anymore?
Dr. Regis.
I'll get back.
Anything I
could have asked him that question, but I can't anymore. That's bloody strange. So can I not use the CI splitter on him, maybe? Or maybe on the other guard? I mean, it would help me know if they did it. While the synth is no doubt carrying a splittable personality, deactivating a guard where all can see may alarm the other guests. Ah. Can I come down here? And do it on this one? Because that seemed like a hint that you can do it, but not up there.
Hey, who's that?
Nah. Guard 4. Ah, right, so I can't do anything since I've only got the one thing so far, right? Right, okay. Okay, so... Ah, the kitchen. Since he was the waiter, there might be something in here. Deactivated guard. The guards you've seen so far have appeared menacing and alert. This one is slumped over forwards.
Hello? Huh. It's like someone just hit his off switch.
Now, why would they do that? Yeah, why would they do that? What? Mind state download failed. Security P153. With his precision tools and a hygiene mask, it's hardly care. It's almost unclear whether he's a surgeon or a chef, and there are people going past now, which is where the human meat comes from, I presume. No, no, no. Oh, okay. Excellent. I meant to talk to him, but whatever.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Regis. Nina's asked me to investigate the explosion.
A cell agent? Well, all right. Just be careful what you touch. This place is half kitchen, half lab.
Alright, so where are these bodies coming from?
There are human bodies in your kitchen.
Yes, there are. It's a freezer. What are you, the food inspector?
Give me a good reason I shouldn't haul your ass down to cell.
It's all legal, I guarantee. They're annual clones, grown without brain tissue.
I know what it means. I guess the presentation was a shock.
Ah, okay.
Why is this restaurant serving cloned human tissue?
I trained in engineering at Darwin. We'd flash grow human bodies to test DNA alterations. So I guess human tissue is what I'm most familiar with.
Alright.
You're a engineer.
Well, I dropped out before my PhD. I learned enough to sample DNA and use it to grow flash clones.
No kidding. My background's in engineering as well. You altered these bodies?
None of these. They're all template. Caucasian, male, 20s, brown hair.
Alright. It is a fairly impressive setup.
This is quite the setup you've got. Combined sampler growth chamber?
That's right. We usually use the template. Sometimes get specialist orders, though.
Like if someone wants to eat themselves?
Sometimes. We can ready up a new cadaver in about a week with it.
I can't access cell at the moment. I might need to use your equipment.
Do you have to? You know you'd have to flush the current growth.
Sorry about that. Tell you what, Nina will reimburse you.
Well, okay.
Going from engineering to catering, that's quite a switch.
Most of my family are cooks. They run a restaurant in Vietnam. When I was at med school, someone found out about my family, dared me to make something out of human muscle tissue.
And?
And it turned out my human bolognese was really, really good. Not just being immodest or anything.
You said you dropped out. Is that why?
Yeah. Turns out the academy had regulations about improper disposal of remains. But now I had an idea, and I knew there'd be a market for it somewhere. My family are great chefs, and I can make human bodies. Bingo.
Yeah, well, I've got no strong feelings about it one way or another.
A suicide bomber attacked the gathering upstairs. He was disguised as one of your waiters.
Whoa. I wondered what that was. What did he look like?
Blonde, about 1.65 meters, might have looked uncomfortable or limping.
Huh. Biobomber?
That's right. How did you guess?
You mentioned the limp. They've got pretty serious health problems, don't they?
Yeah, he might have replaced one of your staff.
Huh. They all checked in.
If he incapacitated one of your staff, can you think of where they'd do that?
It'd have to be somewhere you could hide a body, I guess.
Like in the freezer? Can I ask about this again?
A suicide bomber. He was just
What?
blonde. That
You meant?
yeah.
Huh.
If he
Okay, so the meeting upstairs.
You get a lot of clandestine meetings like this taking place?
You'd be surprised. This place is popular with the wealthy. Haven't had an assassination before, though.
You know what they're discussing up there.
They don't tell me, and I don't ask about anything but their orders. Dr. Zhang pays me enough to know I probably shouldn't.
Alright, very good.
What's with the bouncer?
He came with Mr. Stepford's party, along with a few others. I think he was supposed to be guarding the kitchen, but...
What happened?
Well, he wasn't very talkative, but... After I started working, he just kind of zoned out. Couldn't get an answer out of him.
So he was shut down remotely, perhaps? Maybe it's the minejacker and everything who did it.
I like the glowing fish in the tank you've got.
Thanks. I made those myself. They were my first engineering project.
Luciferin luciferase from fireflies.
Well spotted. I imported the sequence into red snappers and kept them viable. 10 generations now.
A lot of academies use those as a starter project, but that's impressive.
We keep them as a reminder of where we came from. Or in case the power goes out.
Nah, it's a funny joke because they're glowing.
The sequencer's a different model to my usual.
Cell's probably got something more impressive than that thing. You have to purge the current project before you can do anything. Then you can submit genetic material to start a new growth project.
What kind of material will it take?
Blood, dermal tissue, almost anything. Makes it easier to get a sample from customers.
Ah, so I can get some DNA samples and grow them in there and see who it is. Yeah. Any tips on human meat?
What's your advice for cooking human meat?
Planning on going into competition with me? Well, you know how they say everything tastes like chicken? It's actually better if you treat human tissue like pork.
Like pork?
Yeah. Sausages, slices, filet. There's a lot you can do with it.
I'm not going to say that. It's a little bit weird, but whatever. It's legal. It's not people. I don't really care. I'm done here now.
Thanks.
Whatever I can do to help.
Alright, so are there any things I can take from here? There's a door. I've got the stuff from the counter. There's nothing else here it doesn't seem. What about this growth chamber?
It's a flash growth chamber for sampling DNA and growing specimens. I've seen a lot of these in my career, but never in a restaurant.
Alright, there's a first time for everything. What is that?
Hey, stop the carousel.
What's wrong?
These bodies are supposed to be clones, right? So why is this one blonde?
Oh!
Oh, God. Henry. What happened to him?
He's taken a nasty blow to the head. Looks like it's the hypothermia that's finished him, though.
Oh, hell. Why'd they leave him in the freezer?
Best place to hide a tree is a forest. Best place to hide a body is with a whole lot of other bodies.
Why Henry? He was such a nice boy.
Same hair color as the bomber. Whoever's behind this took his uniform for the bomber's disguise.
Somebody would have seen him being dragged across the restaurant.
He must have been killed in here. I'll find who's behind this.
Ooh. Okay. The boy's body has been hung from a hook on the carousel. It looks like whoever was responsible had difficulty lifting him, leading to a sloppy result, because he had the bone disease and everything. Okay, so can I get a sample from him? There's evidence it's probably a good idea to avoid damaging this. Yeah, fair enough.
Ugh. Here goes.
You carve a slice from the cadaver. The nausea welling up reminds you of why you went into genetic medicine rather than the macro scale. Okay. Slice of meat.
A slice of meat taken from one of the kitchen's cadavers. If I hadn't known where it came from, I'd almost think it was pork.
Yeah, it looks kind of porkish, doesn't it? What's in this jar?
An empty glass jar. According to the label, it used to contain spices.
Used to contain spices, okay. Well, I believe I'm going to end the video here because we're getting to 22 minutes and I don't want to make these too long. So, thank you for watching, goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one when I think we're going to head... Oh, I can't go down here. Oh, okay. But either way, next video we will continue investigating. So, thank you for watching, goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.